Good morning and welcome to yet another edition of Yes 101's Visual Radio. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Dithmini De Silva.
Newsfirst headline.
Minor tremor reported in Vavnia. Discussion between surveyors and the government postponed. Delegation from National Defense University, People's Republic of China visits Navy headquarters. In news overseas, Putin flies into North Korea with promise to back it against the US. And from the T20 Cricket World Cup, USA to face South Africa in Super 8 round. The news in detail. A minor tremor was reported in Vavnia last night. The National Earthquake Information Center of the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau says the magnitude 2.3 tremor was recorded around 11:01 p.m. yesterday. The Geological Survey and Mines Bureau says the tremor was recorded at the Mahakanadarawa, Hakmuna and Pallekele seismic stations. In more local news, the discussion due to be held between representatives of the Government Surveyors Association engaged in a trade union action and the Secretary to the Ministry of Lands has been postponed. Chairman of the Government Surveyors Association, Dumindu Unduguda, says accordingly a decision was reached to continue the ongoing trade union action for an 11th day. Government surveyors launched the trade union action based on 5 demands, including to prevent the privatization of surveying activities. In the meantime, the strike launched by university non-academic staff is ongoing for the 48th day. The strike was launched demanding the agreed monthly allowance and the provision of the 15% salary cut implemented in 2016. Co-chairman of the University Trade Union Joint Committee, Damika S. Priyantha, says the discussion held between the university non-academic staff and the University Grants Commission last afternoon ended in a stalemate. In other local news, a National Defense University delegation from the People's Republic of China, currently in Sri Lanka as part of their overseas study tour, visited the Navy headquarters yesterday. During this visit, the members of the delegation called on the Commander of the Navy, Vice Admiral Priyantha Pereira. The NDU delegation, which comprised 41 student officers, was led by Rear Admiral Hu Gangfeng. Meanwhile, the delegation will be in Sri Lanka from the 16th to the 19th of June.
International news.
Russian President Vladimir Putin arrived in North Korea for his first visit in 24 years, vowing to deepen trade and security ties with the reclusive nuclear-armed state and to support it against the United States. Russian state media showed Putin and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un shaking hands, embracing and talking beside Putin's plane. It touched down in Pyongyang around 2:45 a.m., following a stopover in Russia's Far East.
Sports news.
The Super 8 round of the 2024 T20 Cricket World Cup is set to commence today. USA will face South Africa in the first match of the Super 8 round, marking the first time the two sides meet in the international arena. The match will kick off at 8 p.m. Sri Lanka time at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in West Indies. For those following the tournament, all matches of this year's ICC Men's T20 Cricket World Cup can be watched on TV1 and www.sirasatv.lk. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Yes 101's Visual Radio. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Dithmini De Silva.